They say a man dies twice, once when his heart stops, and again when he can no longer get hard. But what if I told you that for millions of men over 60, the first red flag of declining health isn't memory loss or chest pain, it's a weakening penis. That odd tightness, the cramp-like pressure you sometimes feel down there, it's not all in your head. It's your blood vessels sending an urgent signal. And if you ignore them, they don't just shut down your sex life, they begin starving your manhood from the inside out. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara, a medical doctor specializing in men's health, with over 30 years of experience helping men restore their confidence, revive circulation, and rebuild intimacy, naturally. And today, I'm going to share something every man over 60 has the right to know. Because what if I told you the key to firmer erections, healthier blood flow, and a powerful, pain-free penis isn't found in a pill, or a procedure, but in your refrigerator? Most men blame aging. But in truth, the culprit is something far more preventable. And I'm going to prove it. In this video, I'll reveal the top 3 science-backed foods that help prevent penile blood flow cramps, restore healthy circulation, and make you feel stronger without medication. One of them works so quickly, you might feel the change before the week is up. Before we jump in, if you're a man over 60 looking to boost blood flow, strengthen erections, and reclaim your health naturally, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. That way, you never miss a tip designed just for you. And if this message hits home, drop a 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0, and let me know how I can serve you better. Now, let's talk about the first food that could completely change how blood flows to your penis. Beets. It may surprise you, but this humble root vegetable holds the secret to firmer, longer-lasting erections by naturally increasing nitric oxide, the molecule your body depends on for circulation. After 60, as blood vessels stiffen and tighten, beets can make a major difference. Beets, the circulation charger. Honestly, I never imagined something as ordinary as a beet could impact sexual health. But then I started seeing a pattern in my older patients. Men who added beets to their diet began reporting stronger erections, improved stamina, and far less of that tight, cramping sensation in the groin during arousal. That wasn't coincidence. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that helps blood vessels, especially in the penis, relax and expand. That expansion is what allows blood to flow fully into erectile tissue. And when blood flows better, everything works better. After 60, nitric oxide production declines significantly. That's when many men start noticing unexplained changes, sluggish arousal, softer erections, and that odd cramping sensation. It's not just age. It's a red flag that blood isn't getting where it needs to go. Beets help reverse that. They act like a natural circulation primer, softening vessels, energizing flow, and helping your penis get the blood it needs to function like it did years ago. You don't need to overthink it. A glass of beet juice in the morning, or roasted beets on your plate, can quietly start undoing what time has taken. It's not magic. It's just biology, giving your body the raw materials to do what it was designed to do. And here's something even more fascinating. There's a fruit most men toss aside, never realizing it contains a compound that works almost like prescription erection pills, but without the side effects. In fact, this next food may help ease those vascular spasms causing groin tightness during arousal. 2. Watermelon, the blood flow booster. I'll admit, like most people, I thought watermelon was just a sweet, refreshing snack. But I was wrong. The more I researched it, the more I realized this fruit, especially the part we usually throw away, holds an incredible secret for men over 60 battling weak erections and groin tension. It's all thanks to a powerful compound called citrulline, found in high concentrations in the white rind of watermelon. Most people discard that part, not knowing that citrulline is a natural vasodilator. Simply put, it helps open up blood vessels and improve flow, especially to the penis. After 60, those vessels narrow and stiffen, making arousal feel inconsistent, forced, or even uncomfortable. Citrulline helps relax those vessels gently, reducing what I call penile blood flow cramping. It's not a stabbing pain, but a dull, persistent tightness that signals poor circulation in the most vital area. Here's a real story. One of my patients, a man in his late 60s, told me he started blending both the red and white parts of watermelon into a daily smoothie. Within 2 weeks, He said he was waking up with stronger morning erections. And, more importantly, without that uncomfortable groin tension during intimacy. No pills. No procedures. Just a change in his blender. And unlike pharmaceuticals, watermelon doesn't force the body, it supports it. It works with your biology, not against it. Gentle, effective, and 100% natural. If you're looking to feel confident in your skin again, watermelon might just be your secret weapon. But there's one more food I want to tell you about. It's not a fruit. Not a vegetable. It's small, often overlooked, but packed with the exact minerals your penis depends on to stay strong and responsive. In fact, this final food could be the missing link in your circulation strategy. 3. Pumpkin seeds. The erection mineral mine. If I could pick one food I wish more men over 60 knew about, it's pumpkin seeds. They're tiny, usually scooped out and thrown away. But these little seeds are loaded with powerful nutrients that directly affect your ability to get and stay hard. Pumpkin seeds contain 3 essential nutrients: magnesium, zinc, and arginine. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels and prevent the spasms that cause that tight, uncomfortable feeling during arousal, what I call penile cramping. Zinc is vital for testosterone production, especially as it naturally declines with age. And arginine? It's an amino acid that fuels nitric oxide production, improving blood flow to the penis. I had a patient in his 70s, a retired Air Force vet, sharp and disciplined. He wasn't struggling with desire, but he kept noticing a strange, distracting tension in his groin during intimacy. No pain, exactly, just a persistent pressure he couldn't shake. I suggested he start eating a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds every day. Within 3 weeks, he told me the tension had faded. His morning wood had returned. And most importantly, he felt like himself again. Pumpkin seeds are incredibly easy to add to your routine. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, toss them into a smoothie, or just eat a handful plain. You might not feel the difference overnight, but over time, they help rebuild the foundation for stronger, more reliable blood flow. Now, if you've made it this far, you've already learned how to support your circulation with real, whole foods. But here's where it gets even better. When you combine these 3 ingredients in the right way, they create a compounding effect. A synergy that can jumpstart your erections faster than you might think. 4. Why these 3 foods work together. The circulation trifecta. Eating one healthy food now and then is a good start. But when you combine the right foods, especially ones that target the same system from different directions, the results don't just add up, they multiply. That's exactly what happens when you bring beets, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds into your daily routine. Together, they form what I call the circulation trifecta. 3 natural powerhouses working in harmony to restore blood flow where it matters most. Beets get things going by boosting nitric oxide, relaxing and opening up your blood vessels, laying the groundwork for better flow. Watermelon, with its citrulline-rich rind, builds on that by calming the tiny penile arteries and soothing the silent spasms that can rob you of your firmness. And pumpkin seeds. They're the fuel that keeps everything moving, delivering testosterone-building zinc, blood vessel-relaxing magnesium, and nitric oxide-supporting arginine. It's like rebuilding a system from the inside out. One food supports the next, and the effects begin to amplify. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even early 80s, who thought they were too far gone, turn things around in just a few weeks, simply by sticking to this nutritional approach. And here's the best part. This doesn't require extreme willpower. It doesn't involve prescriptions or complicated routines. Just intention, and a little consistency. Now, you might be wondering, how do I actually do this? What's the best time of day to eat each food? Should you blend them together? Is there anything you can take alongside them to boost the effect? In the next section, I'll walk you through a practical, step-by-step daily plan. One that brings everything together and helps you feel the difference. Not in months. In just days. 5. The number one mistake most men make after 60. After decades of working with men over 60, I've learned something crucial. Most guys are searching for a quick fix, a magic pill that makes the problem disappear without requiring any other change. And I get it. When your body isn't responding like it used to, and nothing seems to help, the idea of an instant solution is tempting. But here's the truth. The number one mistake men make after 60 is relying on medications to do what only real nourishment and blood flow can fix. Pills like Viagra or Cialis can force an erection, but they don't fix the root problem. They don't rebuild the hardened, narrowed blood vessels. They don't restore nitric oxide. They don't relieve that deep pressure or tightness in your groin. They just push blood through a system that's already failing. And for many men, the side effects, headaches, nausea, even heart strain, just aren't worth it. I've had patients sit in my office, frustrated, telling me the pills worked less and less over time. And I always tell them the same thing. Your penis isn't broken. It's undernourished. It's waiting for you to support it from the inside out. That's what real food does. It doesn't trick your body. It rebuilds it. The men who truly regain their strength, stamina, and confidence aren't the ones chasing shortcuts. They're the ones who commit to the basics and follow through day by day. Now that you know what foods to focus on and why they work, remember, they only work if you use them consistently. If you're wondering how to do that without overcomplicating things, don't worry. In the next part, I'll show you a simple 7-day action plan to help you turn this into a habit. One that might just mark the beginning of your strongest chapter yet. Let's get into it. 6. Your 7-day action plan. Now that you understand what these foods can do for your circulation, your energy, and your erections, the real question is, how do you actually make this part of daily life? I've worked with so many men over the years who were motivated. They understood the science. They believed in the process. But they didn't know where to begin, so they didn't. That's why I created this simple 7-day action plan. No guesswork. No complicated recipes. Just easy steps you can take each day to start feeling results, sometimes in as little as a week. Morning. Start with a small glass of beet juice on an empty stomach. It kickstarts nitric oxide production and wakes up your circulatory system. Mid-morning. Make a watermelon smoothie using both the red flesh and the white rind. That's where the citrulline lives. It's refreshing, and it helps open the smallest vessels that support arousal and sensitivity. Afternoon. Eat a small handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. No need for fancy prep. Just keep them visible on your kitchen counter or in a bag. They'll deliver the magnesium, zinc, and arginine your system needs to perform at its best. And remember, drink plenty of water. Move your body, even gently. And take a few seconds each morning to remind yourself, you're not just surviving. You're rebuilding. This isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Your body doesn't need magic. It needs rhythm. And this plan gives you exactly that. But before we wrap up, there's one final message I want to share. A reminder about what this journey is really about, and why it matters more now than ever. 7. Final doctor's message. The emotional close. You've made it this far because something inside you said, enough. Enough of the waiting. Enough of the guessing. Enough of feeling like the best part of you is slipping away. And I want you to know, you're not alone. You're not broken. And this is not the end of the story. Your strength, your desire, your ability to connect, those things don't disappear with age. They just get buried under years of stress, neglect, and misinformation. But with the right support, they can come back stronger than ever. Because this isn't just about erections. It's about reclaiming ownership of your body. It's about confidence, intimacy, pride. It's about you, as a man, a partner, a human being, feeling alive again. So if something in you knows this matters, if you're ready to stop relying on pills and start supporting your body naturally, I encourage you, don't wait. Start with the plan. Show up each day. Trust your body. It knows what to do when you give it what it needs. You deserve more than a prescription. You deserve a future that feels strong, free, and full of life. And I'm here to help you get there. 7. Final doctor's message. The emotional close. There's something I want every man watching this to understand, especially if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. You are not broken. You are not too old. And you have not missed your chance. I've seen men who believed they were at the end of the road, in their health, their confidence, even in their relationships, completely transform. All because they made one powerful decision. to stop accepting decline as inevitable, and to start rebuilding from the inside out. Yes, we've talked about food, about blood flow, about erections and function. But what this is really about is reclaiming a part of yourself the world told you to forget. For many men, the loss of sexual vitality feels like a quiet, private kind of grief. It's not talked about, but it weighs heavy. And when you begin to feel like you're disappearing, not just to your partner, but to yourself, that's when it's time to act. Not out of fear, but out of respect for the man you still are. Your body is capable of renewal, even now. Even after the years, the whispers in your mind that said, maybe this is just how it is now. It doesn't have to be. Your blood vessels, your tissue, your confidence, they can all come back to life. And it starts with something as simple as a choice. To nourish yourself. To move with intention. To believe that strength, pleasure, and connection are still yours to claim. So as we move into the final thoughts, I want to leave you with one more message. Not just about erections or circulation, but about what it means to be a man in this next chapter of life. Because if you think this has only been about food, you're only seeing the surface. The truth runs deeper. And I'm about to share it. 8. Conclusion. This is where it begins. If you've made it this far, thank you. Not just for watching, but for caring enough about yourself to stay present. That alone says something powerful about the kind of man you are. We've covered a lot today. You've learned how beets reignite nitric oxide and restore blood flow. How watermelon, especially the rind, relaxes blood vessels and eases that deep pressure in your groin. And how pumpkin seeds, humble as they seem, help rebuild your strength with the exact minerals your body's been quietly craving. Individually, they help. Together, they transform. Because this isn't just about erections. It's about identity. About feeling like you again. Like a man whose body still remembers what it's capable of. I've seen the difference. The return of morning wood. The calm confidence in a man's voice. The smile that shows up after weeks of doubt. It's real. And it can happen for you, too. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about moving forward, with intention, with knowledge, and with tools that work. There is no expiration date on desire. There is no age limit on connection, or joy, or vitality. And no matter how many setbacks you've faced, today can still be the start of something better. So take what you've learned. Try the plan. Listen to your body. And give yourself permission to feel good again, not just for one night, but for the rest of your life. Because this isn't the end of the road. This is where it begins. You've still got time. You've still got strength. You've still got power, waiting to be reclaimed. Go take it back. If this video helped you, or even gave you one idea to move forward, please take a moment to like, share, and leave a comment below. I read every single one. Your story could inspire another man to take control of his health, too. And if you'd like to support this channel and help me keep creating content for men over 60, consider making a small donation. Every bit makes a difference. Thank you for being here. And thank you for choosing to show up, for yourself, today.